Our coverage of CES 2025 is brought to you by Allison and Hushed. Thanks to them, we didn't have to travel to America on a raft. You know, I feel it's kind of difficult to even judge an Nvidia keynote anymore, given how every single industry analyst and every single investor in the world is just holding their breath for every single syllable that comes out of Jensen Huang's mouth. Though in that, 2-hour presentation, in the 5 minutes or so they gave to GeForce, it was the most explosive 5 minutes possible. And I think that's best summarized in the fact that he started off with the RTX 5070. No, not the 5090, 5070. Why? Well, because thanks to the magic of Blackwell and plenty of AI, it is able to beat out the RTX 4090 in performance, at least according to Jensen, all while still maintaining the same $549 price tag as its 4070 predecessor. That is how you get people's attention. And by the way, this is how the crowd reacted.
RTX 5070. 49 at 549.
So that's obviously pretty big, but how exactly did they do it? Well, the advances of the brand new Blackwell architecture allows for up to 1.5 times shader performance and 2 times the amount of ray tracing teraflops as well. You also have the additional GDDR7 memory, and after that an insane 4,000 total AI TOPS as well. And that last one is obviously kind of important because, you know, most of what's going on here is just using AI via neural shaders. In fact, Jensen said they're able to generate 33 million pixels in a scene by just calculating and rendering 2 million of them. The other 31 are all just popped into existence with AI. Now, while the 5070 led the show, they also announced the other cards. I say announced very, very loosely. They just name dropped them and also gave the price tag, with the RTX 5090 having an eye-watering MSRP of $2,000. Thankfully, the RTX 5080 will be a bit kinder to our pockets this time around, costing just $1,000, while the 5070 Ti will be just $750. Though those last two are going to be kind of interesting, given how, according to the leaks, they are going to have the same 60 gigabytes of VRAM. And yeah, I have to say, according to the leaks, because they didn't really give much at all when it comes to specs during the show itself. They didn't even give any performance charts or anything. We just have to take the word for it. They didn't compare to their competition. They did nothing because they just kind of know they don't have to. People are just going to eat these things up anyway. However, because of this, they also kind of missed out on a lot of a cool GeForce and RTX stuff in general that just went unmentioned in the keynote, like DLSS 4, which I just had to look up in Nvidia's official press release for their event on the website, rather than, you know, it being presented during the show. Or what about Nvidia Reflex 2, which is supposed to decrease your latency by up to 75%. Nvidia have a very clear attitude problem when it comes to GeForce cards. They don't have to say much because they know people are going to buy it anyway. They can just state that one explosive fact, that the 5070 outperforms the 4090 at a quarter of a price. They can just say that they robbed you last generation and everyone's going to buy it anyway because that's just Nvidia for you. Though as much as I want to put on my cynical hat here, okay, I always wear a cynical hat, as much as I want to wear my ultra cynical hat, no, that's also just me every day. But for once, I want to put it kind of aside because I'm just kind of excited. We're getting some pretty cool GPUs for pretty fair prices, or at least fair prices compared to what we got to charge last time, and a kind of insane Nvidia taxes people like me had to pay for an RTX 4080. That's a kind of depressing fact about Nvidia, because they can do a lot of awesome stuff and they will charge you exorbitant prices for it, and then everyone will just forgive them with the next generation, only for us to buy them up again and then once again prepare us for some insane prices when RTX 60 series comes around. And no matter how many Reddit posts you make complaining about these prices, I'm gonna buy one anyway, you're gonna buy one anyway. But when it comes to Nvidia, we're all just hypocrites and moral failings. That's just the way it is, so excuse me, I'm off to find moral redemption at the roulette table. If you're traveling abroad and need a cheap data plan, then nothing beats AlloSim, and it can be even cheaper if you use the code of Runner for $3 off. Meaning you can get a week's worth of data for your travels for as little as $1.50. And while you're at it, why not make use of Hush's excellent lifetime phone number deal, offering a foreign phone number for just $25 for life. So check these out down in the video description below. And maybe check out our Patreon as well, plus huge thanks to Gavin Burns, Justin Rage, Ella Vroniak, Badr Voka, Patrick Harrison, Not a Pseudonym, Mike Sumner, Shane Allcroft, and Level Up.